Ladies and gentlemen, the guest I'm going to bring to you today on the People's Corner is a young lady from Trinidad and Tobago named Miss Kezel Jackson. She's not happy. She's explaining what is happening in the Twin Island state of Trinidad and Tobago. Please listen, Kezel Jackson. Comment in the comment section. We love to hear your views. And as usual, like, share, and subscribe. And remember, next time, meet us right here on the People's Corner.
I wish to call out the political sukunias this morning in high places. I wish to call out the political vampires this morning in high places. I wish to call out the political dwen, the political lagahu, the political laja bless, the political hags, the political witches and warlocks in high places this morning, sitting in the kakistocracy of Parliament. Because, Mr. Feroz, I can't say it. Allow me to address the HDC amendment. And remember what HDC means, moving forward. H, he, D doesn't, C care. He doesn't care. How he doesn't care? Just to give you some background, who is Feroz Khan? Feroz Khan was the campaign manager of the United National Congress. Feroz Khan is presently the chairman of HDC and the project manager of URP. Feroz Khan was the same person who recently described HDC contractual workers like a sick cow with ticks. But I want to tell you, Mr. Feroz Khan, that tick ain't thick enough because you all are political sukunias and political vampires. I want to be the tick. And remember, tell us that always is a kakistocracy, yeah? I want to be that tick up your caca hole that you can't reach. You know, you're getting an itch up in your caca hole and your finger can't reach it. I want to be that tick up in your caca hole in this kakistocracy. Allow me to address the new amendments. So, AGC now, the cost to transfer property to your beneficiary is 5% of the purchase price. Let me break down what that means. So you have a property in Eden Garden or Union Hall or Mahogany Courts. Those properties are over $1 million. Let's just use $1 million for simplification. So what they're saying, if you die, your beneficiary have to pay $50,000 if it's $1 million to get that property transferred. So whether you have a will or not, you will not be able to distribute the estate until you think about administering, the people administering estates. You think about the poor people. Huh? They can even afford the $50,000. Listen, man. Every mortgage is insured. So on top of the insurance, you all are asking poor people to pay you all what? $50,000 in order to have the transfer done? That administrative fee, which will used to be $700, added to injury. They are also saying, while the consent is almost impossible to get, they are also saying to get the consent to transfer a HDC property, if you're selling it, you have to pay 10% of the purchase price, which used to be $700. So what is 10% if your property is $1 million? That is $100,000. For consent? For consent? You all seem to be con men and con women. And I want to say something, but that con have a real scent. It's rotten. Yeah? That consent, it's so big. It's not even a country. It is a continent. I say so. Feroz, I can. And you know, there's a lot of meaning behind names, you know. Because if you check history, there's a Feroz Khan who was a brigadier in the Pakistan army. Apparently, you are the brigadier of the Conman Association. Of the kakistocracy. With these astronomical increases on the back of who? All your overbullying. Remember you say the sick cow have ticks? You now want to overbull the cow. We have an idiomatic expression in Trinidad, which we understand what it means. Stop over bullying the cow. Allow me to address this legally. Legally, agency is supposed to be a contractual arrangement. How, Madam Prime Minister, you being a lawyer, yes, would allow a unilateral amendment like this without consultation of the public? Who has to pay the price? Unilaterally, you all just wake up on the 29th of January, like a VAPS, like a VAPS, all the political vampires, to say 5% and 10% of purchase price from $700. Law must be reasonable. This is unthinkable. You hear what I'm saying? I'm asking you all to return to the drawing board because it is unacceptable, it is unthinkable, and it is unreasonable. So we have to argue for a variation of unreasonableness. Because let's say we are administering an estate. All you think about that? Even if you have a will, you can't distribute to the heir unless there's a payment. So you all are basically unreasonably withholding your consent. Because if they can't afford it, that means you all are withholding it. And that too, Madam Prime Minister, your lawyer, is in law. So what is coming next? You know, I like to analyze you all holistically. All you're trying to thief poor people property. I believe you all are trying to steal poor people property. Because when they can't afford, remember every mortgage is insured. So don't come, you see this kakistocracy, don't come and play smart with foolish things. Because on top of the insurance, you are now asking persons to pay the heir of the estate to pay 5%, which could amount to 50,000 or more, based on the cost, the purchase price of the property. You are serious? So what stops them from saying that any property held in an estate and not transferred for a particular period of time goes back to HGC? Ah boy, that is when you all will begin to steal property from poor people. But what you all didn't cater for is this tick. This tick, real thick. I tell you, I want to be that tick, deep down in your caca hole. The tick that you can't reach, the itch that you can't touch. Because you all are wicked. You all are political demons in high places. But listen to me, I sit on a higher place. I, Kezel Jackson, sit on a higher place. And that place is the place of truth. That place is the place of justice. And that place is the place of righteousness. Trust and believe that all wickedness will come to an end.